Hey guys, what's up? Bit of a random episode. This one here coming to you from my wardrobe. So apologies for the aesthetic. Also, one deep as well. Obviously, um, I just felt the urge, felt the need to put this episode out because I don't know, it might just help someone. Might bring value to some listener. Hopefully, and just give you a heads up. There might be a few more episodes like this in the near future. Just so we're ticking over because I know people want regular episodes every week. So we might have to jump in and do the odd solo episode here and there. So if it's something that brings value to you guys, then let us know. If you do like the solo ones, then I'll do these more often. So anyway, this episode here is basically about, well, I failed 75 hard. I also done a Q&A on the Hori's page and on my personal page, so I thought I'll cover those questions in this episode as well. So, yep, I failed 75 hard. I think it was about 10 days in. Fuck. Also, if you can see this out of it, light shining on me, we got this new lighting and I don't know how to set it up anyway. It's blinding me. Anyway, so what was I saying? So I failed 75 hard about 10 days in. Now, I was pretty disappointed with myself. I honestly went into it expecting to get it done. But yeah, no, I didn't. So I've talked about the successes of 75 hard before last year. So I'll talk to you about what I learned from failing. And the positives I actually took away from failing. I think I've failed many times in my life. I've failed in business startups. I've failed in sports. I've failed in relationships. I've failed in friendships. I've failed so many times, and all the best lessons that I've had in life have come from my failures. Now, my successes, to be honest, they've taught me really nothing. And like nothing that's going to benefit me in my life moving forward. I haven't really learned much from succeeding. So, like I said, the best failures that I've taken, or the best lessons I've taken, sorry, have been off the back of my failures. So, anyways, I'll start with why did I do 75 hard again? Now, look, I done it again because I was craving the growth that you get from 75 hard. I thought I was in a place where I was a bit stuck, like I wasn't really moving anywhere. And well, that didn't even happen to be the case. I was also, well, I am in a position where there is a lot going on. So I've got this podcast in particular, that and brand, which we're trying to turn this into a brand. If you listen to the recent episode, you would have heard me briefly talk about, really turning HTS into a brand that's going to be sustainable and around for a long time. That's my ultimate goal for this. So I've got the podcast, the HTS brand, and also the Wisdom Force podcast as well that I'm now 4 episodes into. So there were those things going on in my life, and then also, I've picked up recently picked up a video camera, so I want to get more into videography and just basically add more weapons to my arsenal. And, I thought, why not do 75 hard? Because I thought that would actually help me propel all those things that I'm currently doing. And yeah, to be honest, I was probably wrong, but anyway, I was craving the growth that you get from 75 hard. You can, when you do achieve it and when you do get it done, you can feel the growth mentally. You can see the growth physically. You can hear the growth through your conversations and how you speak, and just the conversations that you have on a day-to-day basis. It could be the conversations that you're having with your partner and things like that. And a lot of those conversations are built around growth. As a couple, or, things that you want to do with your mates or things that you want to do with your business. A lot of those are all about, growing and things like that. And that's what I took away from achieving 75 hard last year. And I may not be having those conversations as much right now, but I thought at the time that I need to get back into 75 hard for all those things to kickstart again. Okay, so that's why I done 75 hard again. And also, the other reason was by the time I had finished 75 days, the very next day I would have flew to Japan, to Korea, and then off to Japan. And I thought, because you're so strict following this program, I thought, what better place than to break all the laws of 75 hard, then in another country, in Korea and Japan, going out and eating whatever I wanted to, going out and having a drink and really enjoying yourself, because those things are taken away when you do 75 hard. Not so much the fun side of things, but more so, drinking alcohol and eating whatever you want to eat and things like that. So yeah, that's why I started at that specific time. Now, how did I fail? Well, I'll run you through the tasks that you have on 75 hard. So you've got the 2 workouts per day. Apologies if you can hear the bus in the background. So you got the 45-minute workouts per day. One of those workouts has to be done outside. Okay, regardless if it's raining or if it's 45-degree heat or whatever. One of those workouts has to be done outside. Okay, so that's 2 of the tasks. The third task is you have to read 10 pages of a self-development book. Okay, it can't be a fiction book. It has to be a self-development book. The fourth task would be you have to follow a diet. Okay, so you have to choose a diet and you have to stick to it and you have to follow it. You can't break it. All right. The fifth task would be no takeaways and no junk, no chocolate, no fucking Maccas, no, all that bad shit, no fizzy drink. The sixth one is no alcohol. Okay, so you have to be dry during those 75 days. And then you have to drink, can't remember if I said this or not, you have to drink a gallon of water. Okay, so a gallon is 3.75 liters of water per day, which can be quite difficult at times. You have to sip throughout the whole day. And then the last one is you have to take a picture. Okay, so just a progress picture of how you're looking and shit like that. Okay, now out of all those tasks, I'll give you a quick second, try and think where I failed. I'll give you 2 seconds. 1, 2. I failed on the easiest task that is on the 75 hard program. The fucking pick. I failed taking a progress picture at night. I went to sleep. And that's why I'm so disappointed, because it's something that, doesn't take no physical energy to go out and do. It's not something that you got to mentally push through. All it is just go to your bathroom or go to your mirror, take your shirt off or whatever you got to do, take a pic, boom, that task is done. That's how I fucking failed. And my partner said to me, I was like, "Oh, are you going to carry on?" And I was like, "Nah, well, I can't. I can't carry on, because as soon as you don't do one of those tasks, then you have to start all over again. Even if you're at day 74, you miss a task, boom, back to day 1. And if I was to carry on and continue posting and shit like that, then I'd feel like a fraud. My integrity would burn. I'd feel like such a fake cunt, like just lying. And if you know me well, and I really dislike people that that'll lie to your face, or that just go around posting bullshit on social media and fucking all those fake motherfuckers. If you know me, then you'll know that I really dislike that, and I'll tell those people to their face. If you don't know me, well, now you know. Now you know. So yeah, that's how I failed. The bloody pick really pissed me off, that one. Anyways, moving on. All right, so what it takes to complete 75 hard? Well, discipline is the main thing. See, I wasn't disciplined. I just got complacent and forgot the fucking photo. So you need to be disciplined, because there are going to be plenty of moments when you're out there, if you're in Perth, summertime, hot as fuck, 40 plus degrees, you don't want to go and do your outdoor workout. That's when that discipline kicks in and you have to push through it. Or, you could be overseas somewhere, it could be winter, it could be pissing down with rain. You don't want to go outside and do your outdoor workout in the rain. That's where you got to be disciplined and you got to fucking push through. Um, it might be fucking late at night and you still got your 10 pages to read and you might not want to do that. Nah, that's when the discipline kicks in and you got to read those 10 pages. Okay, so that's one of the things it takes to complete 75 hard, and it's discipline. Okay. And also mental resilience. It's definitely one of those things that this program helps you build, is more mental resilience and discipline. Okay, so when you do that workout in the rain, you're becoming more mentally resilient. You're becoming more disciplined. When you go do that workout in the 40-degree heat, more mentally resilient, more disciplined. And when you become more mentally resilient, okay, things that'll usually stress you out don't stress you out as much more. It's easier for you to push through those stressful times. So that's what this program helps you build: discipline and mental resilience. Okay, what you need to do to ensure you complete 75 hard, well, a plan, okay, and no excuses, really. You need to come up with a plan. You can't just jump into it like willy-nilly. Like I've done 75 hard 4 times now, failed now 3 times, completed it once. Okay, and the first 2 times I just went into it fucking no idea what I was doing. I just seen the task. I was like, yeah, fuck, sweet. Didn't plan nothing around it. Just jumped into it, and it really fucked me up. I didn't even last a week. I think the first time I didn't even last a week. The second time I probably got 2 weeks, and then I don't know, I felt like Macca's, so I went and got a feed of Macca's. So then the third time I was really zoned in, and I had to come up with a plan. Okay, so I planned when I was going to do my first workout, which was going to be in the morning in the gym. I planned that my second workout was going to be done straight after work. I would walk home from site, or I would come home and then I'll go take my dog for a walk, for a 45-minute walk, because that counts as your workout. Straight after work in the afternoon, I would plan to read my book at smoko time if I was at work. Okay, so instead of scrolling on my phone, I'd made the plan. I'd put in note, read my book at smoko 10:30, whatever time it was, and that's when I'll get it done. Okay. So I'll do up a plan, a bit of a timetable of when all these things need to happen. And with the water, I'll just sit throughout the whole day. The water ended up being easy this time around. And then obviously, no excuses. So I wouldn't let that voice get inside my head and tell me, nah, fuck it. Who cares? You don't need this shit. I wouldn't let, my mates coming over and seeing me, or me going to my mate's place. I wouldn't let that stop me from doing this program. I wouldn't let, I'm going to the movies, so I can't get this workout done. I'm going to the movies with my partner. I wouldn't let shit like that, be an excuse for me not to do this. So yeah, that's what I think that you need to ensure you do to complete 75 hard. Why do I think I failed? Well, I said it before, lack of preparation, and just got complacent. So I didn't prepare my tasks throughout the day. I didn't have it written, or I didn't have it in my phone when I should be doing certain things. I was just doing things off the bat. Just because I'd done it before, I just kind of went in there thinking, fuck, I know what to expect. I know what needs to be done. I can just go in and do it. Nah, I didn't prepare well. I just went into it willy-nilly, just thinking, sweet, I'm the man. I've done this shit before. No, it's going to be no challenge. And well, turns out the easiest fucking task is where I failed, where I got complacent. And that I could see it almost happening now that I think about it, because there were 4 days straight where I just closed my eyes in bed, and then I just remembered, oh fuck, I've got to go quickly take my photo. So I had to quickly wake up, go to the toilet, grab my phone, jump in front of the mirror, boom, take my photo. So that happened 4 days in a row. And then the 5th day, which happened to be the 10th day, but the 5th time, that's when I fucked up. Read my book, crashed out. Bang. See you later. So yeah, the lack of prep, and also probably the lack of want. I thought I wanted this. I wanted the growth, 100%, but I didn't want to do the challenge at all. And because when I did get it done, I wanted it. I was hungry for it. I was hungry for each and every single day. I was hungry for each and every single workout. I was hungry to just tick everything off my list so I could get that feeling of achievement after every single day. And when you get that feeling of achievement at the end of the day, it's a good feeling. And, I would always go to bed with a clear mind. I think I may have talked about this on the last 75 podcasts that I'd done. But yeah, so lack of prep and just the lack of want. Now, what I learnt from failing, so like I said before, all the best lessons that I've had in life have come from failing. Now, what I learnt this time round was that I don't necessarily need 75 hard to get that same feeling of growth. I don't need 75 hard to get that same feeling of growth that I was chasing. I can get that same feeling of growth by jumping into other things that are uncomfortable, because this is definitely uncomfortable doing this shit for 75 days straight. Your mind starts going, it's uncomfortable. So I could get that kind of feeling by doing other things that will make me uncomfortable. I could find other things that I want to do in life where people may think I shouldn't be, or where I feel like I don't deserve to be. I can put myself in those positions and still get that same feeling of growth and achievement. I didn't need 75 hard to get me that same feeling of achievement, that same craving that I was getting from 75 hard. I don't have to do that. I can just go put myself in uncomfortable positions. I want to be a public speaker eventually, so I can go out and just speak in public. I don't need 75 hard to do that kind of shit. I want to be a fucking world-class videographer. Let's just say that. I don't need 75 hard to go out and do that kind of shit, and I don't even know what to do. I can just go out there, grab a camera, and boom, and just fucking put myself out there and do this kind of shit. So that's probably the biggest lesson that I took from this. Although that I already knew that in the back of my mind, I just felt like 75 hard was the key to unlocking everything, where it isn't. It's just putting yourself in those uncomfortable positions, putting yourself out there. If you've got people that think you shouldn't be in some certain spot, fuck them. Go put yourself in that position, because that's where growth happens. If you're scared to do something, you really want to do it, but you're scared to do it, just go and do it. That's where the growth is. So that's what I learned from 75 hard, or failing 75 hard anyway. Now, I don't know if I'll go back and do this, if I'll go back and do 75 hard again. I feel like that I might go do it if I'm really just stuck in life. If I can't see myself moving anywhere, then I'll probably jump into it again. But to be honest, after kind of realizing that, which is, thinking about it now, it's so obvious, but after realizing that, I don't think that I'll jump back into it again, or I won't be in a rush to jump back into it again, because like I said, I can just go get that feeling of growth that I got from 75 hard. I can go get that feeling in other areas in life, in other positions. So yeah, if I was really stuck in, like, didn't know which path to take, and I was just stuck in quicksand, and I was mentally just not there, and just felt like I wasn't going anywhere, then yeah, I'll probably jump into 75 hard, because it does good things to you. It gives you, one of the things it gives to you is a lot of self-belief. Now, that's, to be honest, I don't mean to sound arrogant, that's probably something that I've never really lacked, is self-belief. I've always believed in myself, but this is definitely a tool. If you're not someone that's very confident, this is definitely a tool to help you gain that confidence. When you see those progress pics after a month, after 2 months, right at the end, you look good, feel good, then you start to get a bit of confidence in yourself, and you start to believe, like you start to really believe in yourself. So I think my partner actually said, she doesn't, because she failed as well the other day, and I thought she would have killed it, but Even she said like she doesn't know if she'll jump into it again. Like maybe if she was stuck, or even after pregnancy, really trying to get the ball rolling again, she could see this as a tool to use. So no, 75 hard is a very good tool. And like I said, if you're someone that's, maybe lacking a bit of confidence at the moment, or you just need a bit of a push in life, or, you're lacking a bit of discipline, that mental resilience, then 75 hard is something that you should think about. Cool. So yeah, that's that on 75 hard. I failed, and yeah, unlucky. But I'll answer a couple of questions that I got sent the other day. There's only three. Oh, I actually got sent four. So from Clint, best and work sites you've worked on, best and worst work sites you've worked on. So best one probably be Wheatstone, would have been 2017. Construction, oil and gas. I think the money was crazy then as well. I think it was like the highest paying job in Australia. We were making more than fucking doctors and shit, I think. So we were on a good wicket there. I was only young, so I was pretty stupid with what I spent my money on. I tell you what, if I could relive that time again, I probably would have done a lot better with my finances, and I'll probably have something to show. I got nothing to show from Wheatstone, other than bloody stories. How and what camp food are you incorporating in your 75 hard diet? Well, so obviously I failed, but when I was working away and doing 75 hard, I was following the Mediterranean diet. So it's very simple. It's not strict, although it's not strict. I wouldn't indulge in like fizzy drinks or chocolate and things like that. I'd stay away from that. But yeah, the Mediterranean diet was more sustainable whilst being up there, because let's be honest, you don't get the best quality food up on a mine site. So I was trying to stay away from a lot of processed shit. I was generally just eating all your steaks, but Mediterranean, you got to try limit yourself on the red meat. Okay, so I was only having maybe red meat maybe once a week, mainly eating chicken and fish, vegetables and fruits. No white bread. So I was having like dark rye, I think it is. And what was it? Wholemeal, I think I can't remember. Mainly dark rye though, mainly dark rye. So that was the diet that I was following up on site, and it was just easiest to sustain. Um, and there's you got a lot more options compared to if you were to restrict yourself on something else like bloody carnivore, or you could probably do carnivore diet up there maybe, but yeah, I don't know about that one. Next one. Oh, my sister's boyfriend. Who is the best WWE finishing move of all time? I like a bit of sweet chin music. Old Shawn Michaels, The Rock, the People's Elbow was cool. Pedigree. The thing about like sweet chin music and the People's Elbow, it wasn't like the actual move itself, like the elbow drop or the kick. It was like the build up to the move. So obviously you got The Rock taking off his elbow fucking pad, chucking it to the crowd, doing the bloody thing, running across the road. It was all of that made that wrestling move, that finishing move cool. And Shawn Michaels, when he done the, stomp in the corner, and then the kick to the chin. So that stuff was cool. I used to do a lot of bloody Walls of Jericho's on a few of my mates at school. I know there were a few tears shed from me doing that finishing move. But yeah, that'll be the ultimate ones for me, bro. Oh, RKO. That's GOAT. That's the shit, because you can do that on people in real life. Someone standing by the edge of the pool, boom, run up, RKO on. So yeah. So that's the third one. And then I think I got one more as well, which I'll quickly answer. This is from Tiarangi. Not sure if you've already covered this because I'm super behind on my potties. But advice for young people, 12, 21-ish, trying to get involved in the content space. Well, first I'll start using my phone or get a camera and start putting myself out there. and getting comfortable being in front of a camera. If you're not comfortable in front of a camera, well, then you got to put yourself in front of a camera and get used to it and get comfortable. I would also, what would I do? Fuck. Get involved in the content space. Let's say if you're a videographer or you want to be a videographer, I'll go out and purchase a camera, and then I'll go hit up restaurants, or I'll go hit up cafes or brands, or even like run clubs or something like that. And I would ask them if I could go down to their run club or their cafe or their restaurant and take some videos and take some photos for free. I would offer my services for free. And that way they'll be more than willing to take you on. And then I'll, do my work, learn how to edit or whatever on CapCut. It's pretty easy. And then I would give my work to them. If they want to use it, sweet. You're building up a portfolio, you're creating a network, you're creating relationships. And I'll just offer my services everywhere for free for like 3 months or something like that. And I'll try and learn and develop as much content as I possibly can until I've built up, or until I'm good enough, until I've built up a reputation, until I've built up a bit of a portfolio, and then I'd start looking into, getting paid for my service. So that's what I'll do if I'm trying to get into the content, be a content creator. I'll go offer my services for free, and and then I'd post on my social medias daily or as much as I could. That's probably something that I lack. I don't probably post consistently enough, but the more you post, the more followers, the more eyes you get in front of, the more followers you're going to get, the more of a name you build for yourself, the more of a person of influence you become. So yeah, that's what I'll do if I was, trying to get into the content space. Well, I'll look for things that haven't been done before as well, or things that don't get spoken about, and then I'll jump into that. So like for podcasting, for example, find something that's not that popular. So for like rugby league, that's saturated as a fuck. That would be something that's difficult to get into. So I'd find something, or just something that you're interested in, and I'll just speak on that, and I'll just produce episodes and do it consistently as much as I possibly could. So I don't know, I hope that's good advice. I probably should have thought more about this before I answered it. The second part was, so cool to see you doing the Force podcast. Would be great to hear suggestions for teenagers on how you got into it, what they can do, opening options for them in and out of school. So how I got into the Force thing. Now look, I was down at Scarborough, all right, having a beer. I just actually finished 75 hard, so I was having a beer, and the Western Force had turned up. Not the players, more so the people in the office, and I kind of pitched it to them then. They were pissed, they were drunk, so I didn't expect anything of it. But basically, I just pitched it to them then. I said, I'd done my own little research as well. I looked into see if any other Super Rugby teams in Australia were doing podcasts, and no other team was, or at the time that I was searching. And that's how I pitched it to them. I was like, look, there's no other Super Rugby team in Australia that is doing a podcast. You could be the first in the space. You could be the leader in that space. It would also give your fans an opportunity to get to know the players more, to get to know the coaches more, the trainers more, everyone behind the staff in the office. It'll give them the opportunity to give the fans an opportunity to get to know them a bit more, because we all want to know someone on a bit more of a personal basis, So that's how I pitched it to them. They were drunk. I didn't expect anything of it. Then I happened to do a podcast reached out to someone that works for the Force, happened to get them on for a podcast episode, mentioned it to them that I was keen, and then he gave me a good word. And then, look, was kind of just trying to speak it into existence, really. And then about 2 months down the track, 2.5 months down the track, I got a phone call from the media manager saying that he had heard that I wanted to start a podcast up for the Western Force, and would I be keen? And then, yeah, here we are, the host of the Full Force podcast. I'm only 4 episodes in. I don't know. Hopefully it'll last, for a while. I'm not too sure. But yeah, look, I'm there. It was one of my goals. So yeah, happy days. Now what teenagers can do, opening options for them in and out of school. Trying to think. I'll stick to podcasting, but look, if I was a teenager in school, let's say I was back home in the NZ, first 15, massive. I would start a podcast and I would try and speak to all the gun first 15 players from each and every single school around New Zealand, and I would build a podcast around that, around first 15 rugby. That's now that I think about it. If podcasting was around back when I was at school, I would actually do that. That would be cool. Because, you know how massive fucking rugby is back home in NZ, first 15. Or if you're in Australia, Perth, I don't know, I never went to school over here, but let's say AFL. I would look for all the, the AFL rookie prospects around the country or at school or whatever, and I'll get them on for a podcast, or even if it was just remote podcasts on the laptop, and I'd do that. That's what I'd do if I was, if I was a teenager and I was still at school. That's exactly what I'd do. Pretty good idea. Hopefully someone does that. Be cool. Be cool to see. So yeah, hopefully that answers your questions. I probably should have thought more about it before I jumped on here. Like I said, I just felt the urge to do it. And yeah. So hopefully you guys took a lot away from that. Next time you hear us on a podcast, it'll be me and the Job, or me, Job, and Pong. So, don't think that those episodes have gone away, because they haven't. We should have a big guest pretty soon. We were meant to have a guest on last week, but I don't know. Fuck knows what happened there. But it is what it is. Yeah. All right. That's me anyways. Hope you enjoyed that, and we'll chat soon. All right. Later.